So I decided to turn down that offer of £30,000 for my £60 NFT just 7 days after buying it. Hiding amongst us is a growing crowd of young and very wealthy people who have made a significant amount of money by investing early in crypto. These early investors are now moving into a new type of investment called NFTs, which even today are turning regular people like you and me into very wealthy people in a very short period of time. Now, this isn't financial advice and it's by no means a get-rich-quick scheme, but thus far, it is most definitely making a lot of people very rich very, very quickly. So in this video, I want to talk to you briefly about what NFTs are, where to buy them at the cheapest prices, where to sell them, and when to sell them, and then explain how I bought this picture of a duck for £60 and why I recently turned down an offer of over £30,000 just 7 days after buying it. Firstly, hi, my name is Pete, and I used to own an IT business. I now coach other IT business owners, and on this channel, I love talking about the latest tech, and NFTs right now are very much the latest tech. In 30 seconds, what exactly is an NFT? NFT stands for non-fungible token, which basically means a unique token or a unique piece of digital art. Anything can be an NFT. A picture, music, a ticket which then gives you entry into something, anything. And much like the Mona Lisa is an original, there are copies and replicas, but there is only one original. And the same goes for NFTs, and the majority of NFTs right now are digital art, either a graphic, a JPEG, or an animated GIF. Yes, they can be copied. Yes, you can screenshot the original, but whilst you have something that looks identical, it won't be the original. You don't own the underlying asset. Now, I'm not going to go into the technical steps of how to actually buy an NFT. Maybe let me know down in the comments below if you'd like to see a video on that. But what I will do is explain how I've been relatively successful at buying them at the cheapest prices and then making a pretty significant return pretty quickly, and so far with a 100% success rate. So firstly, buying an NFT. Well, NFTs are typically listed on trading websites like cnft.io, which, without getting technical, is for Cardano NFTs. And it's basically like an eBay for the NFT world. The problem though is that if you are buying from these websites, well, you're buying used NFTs. So how do you buy them new? And the answer to that is to head over to Discord. I'll leave a link down below for one of the Discord rooms for a project that I love. Hang out in there, watch the conversations, and see what other projects people are getting excited about. Which brings me on to how to get the cheapest price. And the answer to that is to make sure you are there and ready to buy when each project goes live. Because when new projects launch, this is where the NFTs get minted, i.e. when they are actually created for the first time. For example, there might be a project that everyone's really excited about that's going to drop tomorrow at 3 p.m. and they're going to drop 10,000 unique pieces. Typically, when this happens, they will give you a date, a time, and tell you how much it's going to cost. So let's say there's a project that launches at 3 p.m. tomorrow, and it's going to cost 40 ADA per piece. That's 40 Cardano coins per piece. And there's 10,000 of them. When 3 p.m. tomorrow comes, they'll show you the address to send your money to. You blindly send them 40 ADA, and then shortly after you'll get your randomly assigned unique piece of artwork back. Then when the project sells out, you'll either then get your NFT or you'll get your money back, depending on whether you actually sent the money before they sold out. Now, this means that you are now buying the NFT from new on day zero for an affordable price. You don't get to pick which one you get, but you just hope that you get one of the rare pieces. And speaking of rarity, shortly after a project does go live, the developers normally then post to tell you which ones are rarer than the others. So at this point, you've sent your money to some random address, trusting that they will send you back your NFT or that they'll refund your money, which in itself is a huge risk because of course they could just take your money and run. But again, in my experience thus so far, this has not been the case at all. Just make sure you're picking your projects carefully. And so you are now left with this picture or collection of pictures which you bought. The project has sold out. There is a ton of hype from people who wanted to buy one but missed that initial minting. So how do you sell them? And when should you sell them? The how is easy for now. You just find an online site like eBay that lets you relist them. And I'll link to a couple of those down below if you want to check those out. The when is the difficult question, because whilst you could immediately turn around and start flipping those NFTs that you've just bought for, well, definitely more than you just bought them for, well, there could be a lot of hype which could continue to push the price up further. Take these Clay Nation NFTs, which I paid around 40 ADA for, which is around about £60 or $80 each. Immediately after the sale, they were selling for 60 ADA, then it was 100, then 200, then 500, then 1,000. So you could choose to sell early and make a good profit still, but there is a chance that you can hold on for a little bit longer and make even bigger profits. The question, of course, is whether it goes up or whether it goes down. And that is the risk that only you can decide on. Sell now for a quick but small profit, or hold for the potential for a much bigger one, but also then risk missing that like initial hype and maybe not selling for as much as you could have. So going back to my own purchase, for this Clay Nation project, I spent around about £500 buying, I think it was 7 of these randomly assigned pieces. Now, absolutely all of them have gone up in value significantly. I bought them for 40 ADA, so £60, and right now they are worth a minimum of around 600 ADA, which is about £1,000 each. But one in particular that I was, again, randomly allocated turned out to be a rare one. It has a duck beak, which apparently makes it one of very few out of the lot of 10,000. And because it was rare, someone offered me 18,500 ADA to buy it from me just 7 days after I paid £60 for it. That's over £30,000 for a picture of a duck.
Say what?
Going back to the whole risk versus reward side of things, well, I'm already way up on my initial investment of £60. In fact, I actually sold a couple of my initial NFTs, which covered my costs, and so it made the decision to hold on to this one for just a little bit longer, just to kind of see where the market goes. So I decided to turn down that offer of £30,000 for my £60 NFT just 7 days after buying it. But with risk comes even more risk. My £30,000 picture of a duck is now currently worth only about 13,000. But that is way more than I ever thought anything would ever be worth when first buying, so I am absolutely still happy to hold. To be honest, anything above the £60 I paid is still a win, and I have a feeling that things are coming just around the corner that could really bump these prices up even further. I'm gonna try and explain this to you, and hopefully I don't lose you, but the biggest NFTs of today are being bought and sold using Ethereum, which I guess we can relate to being like the US dollar. The NFTs I've been buying are in Cardano, otherwise known as ADA or ADA. And Cardano could be like the British pound. And there are a lot more dollars in the world than there are British pounds. Now there's this term called a whale. Jeff Bezos is a whale. He has so much money that he could literally walk in anywhere and just decide to buy everything, buy the whole business, buy the whole building, and it wouldn't even register in his bank balance of zeros that anything had just happened. Well, there is a lot of thought that these underground secret millionaire and billionaire crypto whales who have been investing, buying and selling Ethereum NFTs for the last few years might make their way over to the Cardano NFTs. And these people, and I've seen quite a few of them already, have wallets full of millions of crypto ready to spend, as well as millions worth of NFTs already. And at this stage, they are so wealthy that crypto and I guess NFTs in general are just fun tokens to them. They buy them and hold them, and they will buy entire collections up just so they can own and perhaps show off what they own. And if that happens to the Cardano NFT space, then things could seriously go to the moon and be the next GameStop or AMC or Bitcoin or Dogecoin. It's a huge bet, of course, and comes with risk of losing everything, whilst also the potential of a massive upside. So choose wisely. This isn't investment advice. Let me know what your thoughts are around NFTs down in the comments below. Sign up to my newsletter using the link down below, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.